What's good, you guys? Immunity here, aka known as the Outlaw. And if you want to be an outlaw today, all you gotta do is hit that notification bell, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and yeah, you guys, you will be part of the outlaw crew. You'll be known as an outlaw. I'm just saying, like we lit over here. We lit. You might want to just join the team of outlaws. Come on now, who don't want to be an outlaw? But anyway, before we start the video, I just want to say, I hope you guys had a fantastic Mother's Day yesterday. I hope you guys spent a lot of time with your mom and did all sorts of cool things yesterday. I know I spent a good amount of time with my mom. We watched movies and yeah, it was a good time. But anyway, this is going to be part 3 to the story of my high school was trash. Yeah, like I said in the last video, I ended up with a girlfriend named Keisha, and Keisha was a very beautiful, attractive girl. So I was dating her, and unfortunately, it didn't end the way you guys would think. Like, oh my god, you got yourself a girlfriend. Things were just gonna be happy and stuff like that, rainbow, sunshine, and it was like that for the first couple of weeks. We started talking to each other, getting to know each other, and I started, being close to this girl because we had a lot of things in common, like a lot of things in common. So I started getting attached to her a little bit, and eventually I ended up meeting her parents, not in person, but like just FaceTime, I guess, because the mom didn't want me to come over until it was summer because she wanted her daughter she wanted her daughter to focus up in school, and I completely agree. So I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll wait till then. Summer was just right around the corner, so I'll wait till then. Who like couple of months goes by fast, so I wasn't making it a big deal, but yeah. So we was just talking, getting to know each other. The next day going into school, you know, she had this best friend. She had a best friend named Chris, and he was like touching up on, like he was touching her like all around her body and stuff like that. And she sent me a video of it, and I wasn't too pleased about it because first off, it was a red flag because she was laughing about it, like she was like giggling, saying, "Oh, look, babe, look what he's doing," and I'm like, aren't you gonna tell him to like stop it, like because at the time I'm not in none of her class. Me and her have separate classes, so I can't be there to say something. She have to take the responsibility and say, hey, stop, that's wrong, I have a boyfriend, leave me alone. And she said that to him, but she said she didn't want to be mean because that's her best friend, and whatever. And I'm like, okay, but you're just letting your best friend disrespect our relationship. So at the end of the day, I understand Chris. He's a guy, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, and he's gonna do that. He don't respect me. I'm just a random guy to him, so he's not gonna respect the relationship. He probably thinks I'm just like some stupid ass kid or whatever. So I was just like, all right, whatever. I was really pissed because she didn't do that. She was just taking it as a joke. Oh well. And at the time, it was just it really just made me mad. But moving on, fast forward, she ended up, and I shit you not, you guys, like if you have a girlfriend, I'm letting you know, if they have best friends or a guy best friend, it's usually a bad thing, because every girl always believes saying, oh, he's just my best friend and that's it. But no, be like, just be aware. These we're if you're a guy, you know how best friends think. I certainly was in that best friend role. I mean, look at me and Sarah. Like, Sarah would say that I'm her best friend, but I actually was trying to get with Sarah. You know what I mean? So that's a prime example of what's a best friend. You know what I mean? So just be aware for the guys out there that are, that have girlfriends that have guy best friends. Just, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so she was like, oh, he's just my best friend, this and that, but her friends which was she had other friends which was females, actually ended up testing me. And I don't know why all girls do this, where I'm not sure all girls do this, but along the line, if your girls start testing you for stuff, they just want to know what would you do in a situation, which is completely understandable. But last time I fucking checked, I'm not in a relationship with your friends. I'm in a relationship with you. So that's a big problem. Why are you putting your friends in our relationship? If you have a problem, it's called communication. Heard of it? Like literally, you could just call me and talk to me. You don't have to send your friends to freaking test me on a situation or whatever. So her friends call me, right? And they call me and I answer. I was like, yeah, hello, babe. Hello, you there? No reply. I didn't get no answer, you guys. Like literally, I didn't get no answer. So I text her. I text her straight away, like right away. I text her. I said, hey, are you okay? Do you, you know, or are you good? Like you're fine? And no reply. So I called her one more time. I called her, one time to see if she was gonna reply. The phone picks up, no reply. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I don't know if like the phone is bugging out or whatever. And eventually, like 10 minutes later, you guys, like her friends called me up and they was just yelling at me. They was literally yelling at me like, oh, what happens if she was in trouble, or what happened if she got kidnapped, and blah blah blah. And I was just like, well, first of all, she already told me that she was going over your house. She texted me saying that she was at your place. So uh your test kind of failed in that remarks, because honestly, she already texted me saying that she got there and that she was safe. So what are you talking about? And so I'm already pissed. I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm just over it, right? So she comes on the phone and she's like, oh, babe, I'm so sorry about my friends. Like, are you mad at me? And I'm like, it's whatever. I don't care. And so she was like, oh, okay, I'll call you when we get back to the house. See, this is why I don't like when friends interrupt relationships, because her friends are now gonna start putting little stuff in her ear, like saying, oh, he don't care about you, look how he treats you, oh, he didn't even care for your well-being, like he didn't even make sure if you was safe. Like, don't do that. Like, don't. If you have friends like that, I'm just telling you guys right now, get rid of those people. Those people are really just there, just they don't want to see you happy. They really don't get me wrong, there are some friends that are just looking out for your well-being, but like there are just some friends that are just haters, because they can't get a boyfriend or a girlfriend themselves, so they only want to sabotage your relationship because they see how happy you are. So don't feed into that negative energy. Like how my relationship, it ended because of her friends, and they was just telling her stuff in her ear and just making all sorts of drama for no reason. But yeah, so Keisha was a heavenly Christian girl, and you know we started talking about that. She started telling me that she was into dancing. I got to know her a lot more. I kind of fell, I fell for this girl, I'm not gonna lie, because I really did care for her. I don't know, like it was something about her that that clicked, like I really just fell in love with her in a way, but not really, because there was a time where I was talking to her over the phone, and you know I was like, oh, before anything, this is from the start of the relationship, you guys. I was telling her, before anything, I'm not gonna say I love you, because, like we're brand new into the relationship, so I'm not gonna say I love you. And to me, love you is just words to me, unless you show it to me in action. Action, speaks louder than words, So she was like, oh, I understand. But I don't know what it was, you guys. Like, I made her laugh so hard that she ended up saying, like, she gave me this look, and then like, I don't know what it was, but she gave me this look and she was like, I think I'm in love with you or whatever, or I love you. And I was just speechless, you guys, because I didn't know what to say. I didn't I didn't want to say the word, but I also don't want to just not say it and make her feel like, I don't care about her. So I was in a tight spot when she said that, and I was in shock, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to say it. And I told her I love her too. I love you too. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I actually really do care for you and stuff like that. And she was like, oh, I'm so happy, this and that. And she really was making my days better, you guys. I know that sounds cheesy or whatever, but like, she really was making my day better, and she was really helping me get through school. Like, school was just a pain in the ass, but it didn't matter, because as long as she was there with me, it just made my days better, so. But eventually, all things must come to an end. It must come to an end, you guys. Eventually, she 1 month later, she broke up with me. Yeah, she broke up with me. And not to mention, she broke up with me before Mother's Day. So imagine that day, with the day where I had to spend time with my mom, and I can't even do that because my heart just got freaking snatched out of my fucking body and was just burnt into flames, like burning in flames. So I was just like, dang, man, like, this is tough. Now, like, I don't know, she dumped me, and she was just making this excuse, saying that, oh, she wanted to focus on herself, and she wanted to focus on her career in dancing and stuff like that. And honestly, I kind of agreed with her. I was just like, oh, okay, that sounds like a plan. That's your goal. I'm not gonna hold you back. I'm here to, like, push you forward, and like, just get you where you want to be. So I'm not gonna hold you back if you feel like you need to do this in your life and stuff. So I didn't think nothing. I didn't think nothing of it, or much of it, I guess. And yeah, that being said, I was actually holding back the tears in my eyes, you guys. I was holding back the pain, the tears in my eyes, because I didn't want to. I don't know what it is. I just don't like crying in front of people. Instead, especially, I don't like crying in front of my own family. So yeah, I was just holding back the tears or whatever. But like, I couldn't hold them back, because when she broke up with me, like, it really, really hurt, like, really, really badly. Like, I don't know, like, it just really, really hurt. And so I started bawling my eyes out, because this was when we hung up the phone. After we hung up, I started bawling my eyes out. And keep in mind, I was playing the games with my friends at the time. So, they heard me cry. They heard me cry over the mic and stuff. And my friend Joe, which I mentioned in the last video, I think, thank God for him. I really appreciate for all he did for me. So shout out to you, Joe. But he actually helped me get through this hard time of a breakup, and he kind of cheered me up. We played a few games. At the time, we was playing The Division, I think. Yeah, I think we was playing The Division. And, that was my favorite game to play back then with him and stuff. And we were just having a blast. It was fun. But sometimes I was just like, it would just hurt, It really did hurt. And I didn't know how to deal with it. So, he was telling me everything's going to be okay, like, she was kind of, she wasn't right for me, I guess, whatever. But what's so funny? Joe actually called it out. And he's probably going to text me after he sees this video saying, yep, I was right. And he was right. Because Joe had this special type of ability where he could tell who you are as a person, and like your type of character as a person, just by looking at your photo. But he could tell about you. He could, like, describe you so much more if he hears the sound of your voice. So it was just kind of like, it was kind of a crazy ability he had, which was kind of weird, like, but it was cool that he was able to do that. So moving on, I avoid Keisha in school and stuff. But then my best friend named Caitlin, came to me and said that she was playing me and stuff, and she was just using me and stuff like that, and she was talking to another guy while we was dating. And yeah, you guys, so she was basically cheating on me, but she didn't want to actually cheat on me, so she just broke up with me for another guy, which sucks. And the reason why I know this is because Caitlyn was actually good friends with Keisha. So so I was just like, wow, that's crazy. And if you're wondering why Caitlyn told on Keisha, is because Caitlyn was actually a good friend of mine's way back in middle school. So her loyalty was with me, and she actually, she knew that I was a good guy and that I didn't deserve that. So she told me what was going on. And honestly, she was I'm not gonna lie, Caitlyn was really a really good friend, because she was ready to throw hands with Keisha for what she did to me, but I was just like, no, it's not really worth it. But yeah, so I confronted Keisha when I got back home after school, and she wasn't picking up. So I left her a few messages, and at the time I was really mad. I was really talking out of emotion. So I was just calling her like, "Oh, how could you do this? That's such a bitchy move. Like, you're such a bitch for doing that. Like, you're just, whatever." I was just saying things because I was mad. And so she never replied, and I even called her. She never answered because we had our phone numbers. But she later on that day called me back. She called me back, and we talked things out. But then when she heard the messages, she decided that she was completely done with me. But how can she blame me? I mean, come on. Like, what you did, you don't think that I was gonna get mad or angry? Like, if I feel like if a guy is mad, or like, if he sends you that a voice message telling you how he really feels, that's because he really cares about you. I'm sorry to say, but that's just how it is. But yeah, so not even kidding you guys, 1 week later, she ended up sending me a snap video of her and her new boyfriend kissing and making out, which I already knew the boyfriend, because me and him was actually good friends at the time. He wasn't really close. I wouldn't even say friends. It was more like a apprentice or whatever. Not apprentice, but I don't know. I don't know the word for it. Maybe it is that word. I'm not sure. But we was like cool. We was cool with each other. We wasn't, we knew of each other. It was whatever. And so my friend Mike, or my brother Mike, I told him about it, and since he was actually really, really close with the guy, or he was actually cool with the dude just like me, he actually confronted him for me, because I didn't have classes with this guy. So he actually confronted him for me, and he was like, "Hey, did you send a snap video to my boy, to me?" So he was like, "No, I don't recall at all. Like, I don't remember." And at first I thought he was lying, but then again, it's Keisha, you guys. She was really, really fucking toxic. So she sent that video to make me mad and jealous. And when I got the video, I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, "Oh, that's cute. That's cool. Whatever." Like, of course I was kind of hurt, but to be honest, I didn't even give a fuck. Like, I don't know. I just didn't care anymore. And yeah, so when she did that, I was just in shock that she even did that. So I ended up blocking her boyfriend snap, because I had it because we was cool, but now I blocked it because I don't want to see him kissing up on my girl, and not my girl anymore, but my ex-girlfriend, and him just posting videos on her about with her and stuff. I don't want to see that. Like, I just got my heart broken, let alone it was on Mother's Day, so I didn't want to deal with that. I ended up just, I don't know. This was the day where I truly ended up not giving a shit anymore, you guys. Like, seriously, I ended up not caring anymore, because it was just like, whatever. I was really on that Juice WRLD before Juice WRLD was even a thing. Like, talking about, oh, all girls are the same and stuff. I was really that guy, because yeah, you know, it's sort of true. Like, I'm not gonna say not all girls are the same, but I was that guy, and it was just terrible, because I got my heart broken at the end of sophomore year. So it sucked, and she really put me through hell. Not only that, you guys, she would actually go out her way to like stand next to my classroom, and she would do this purposely. She will make out with her new boyfriend in front of my classroom, for I guess to get me jealous and stuff. And it sucks, because when you're in high school and you date somebody from high school, it sucks because you can never ever ever escape that person. As much as you want to, not you try to avoid that person, but you can't avoid that person because you go to the same high school. Eventually you're gonna bump into her, or bump into him, or bump into that person. So like, it was just like, it really did suck dating in high school. It was tough. Like, it was really tough. So yeah, she would go out her way to just like put herself in front of my classrooms, and make out with her boyfriend. And I know this was intentional. Like, she was like really just trying to get me to react or something, and it was not working, you guys. As much as like it did hurt me, as much as it did hurt me, it was not working. It really wasn't working. So that being said, like, I don't know, I guess, it is what it is. But like, what I really don't understand is that like, why she had to do that to me. You know what I mean? Why she had to just put me through all that pain just to get with another guy or whatever. Why did she even tell me that she loved me? That was the one question that was behind my head all the time. Like in the back of my head, like in the back of my brain, I was always saying to myself, why did she even say that she loved me? Like, what is love? Like, love is just I don't know. And I stopped believing in love since then, since that day. Well, my life has changed drastically. So, I can't say I stopped believing, but during that time, I actually stopped believing in love, like, in general. So it was really crazy that she really went out her way to do those kind of things. And yeah, it was just terrible. Honestly, I feel bad for anybody. If you're in high school right now, and you're struggling through this, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. It does get better over time. Just keep your head up, and look forward to the future. And if you do relate to this, let me know in the comments. Let me know about your story. Let me know, maybe I could share your story on this channel if you want to really get that story out there. Let me know. I love doing story time, so I will actually post other people's stories, and just sharing them with the world if you really feel comfortable about it. Because I know I dealt with this. I dealt with depression and anxiety, and I know how that is. So just let me know. And honestly, you guys, I am going to be posting more content, not just story time. I actually do post gameplays, and I play with friends. So if you want to see that type of content in this channel, let me know as well. But yeah, you guys, she did play me. It sucked, but you live and you learn. And honestly, I'm kind of grateful that I went through that pain and suffering, because it really just made me a better person overall. It really I really just don't tolerate for BS anymore. So I learned my lesson. So, but I feel like I didn't deserve that type of lesson. But me being Catholic, I know God always have a plan for people and have a path for people. I'm not heavily religious, but I do believe in God, and eventually I think that was one of his ways of just teaching me a lesson. So yeah, you guys, if you really enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future content. That way you know that that way you would know that I posted a new video or something. That way you could always stay up to date with the channel. And yeah, guys, it's been real. Peace.